Y'all, please excuse my voice. I am sick, but I just had to get this message out. So enjoy the video and yeah. Yeah, we've all been there. That person that you wanted to spend forever with just did not end up working out. And now you're feeling distraught and sad and depressed. But it's okay, because guess what? Today I'm going to teach you how to get over that person like a child of God. The first thing you need to remember is that when God takes people out of your life, don't take it as a loss. Consider it a deliverance. And the reason I say this is because as humans, it is in our nature to kind of want to be in control and to do the things that we want and to be that person in charge of our lives. But when you become a child of God, you quite literally forfeit that right to Christ because you gave your life to Him. When you give your life to Christ, you have to remember that this is your way of saying that you want His will to be done in your life. You believe that His will, you have faith that His will is completely perfect for you, because it is. It is perfectly designed for you through Him, because He knows how your life will play out and He knows what will be best for you. So when God takes somebody out of your life, you kind of have to accept the facts. And I know it's hard because there might be a lot of confusion. When there's a lot of confusion with the person that you're trying to work things out with, you kind of have to look at the other fact, and the other fact that's not as confusing, and that fact is that they are not compatible with you. And whatever it is that you're trying to work out has probably been reoccurring. You probably tried to fix it before, but it keeps popping back up or keeps adding on, and it keeps getting worse and worse. And it's kind of God's way of showing you like, hey, like, look, it's not working out. This is not for you. Or maybe it was at one point, but now you've grown past that, or they've grown past that, and now it's no longer working. You guys are not on equal footing. So when it gets to that point, you kind of have to remember that, God's will is perfect. God's will not be confusing. God's person that He has for you will make you feel certain of where y'all stand. So once y'all have reached that point of, okay, nothing is working, you have to remember to move on. The worst thing you can actually do is to kind of backtrack and go to that person and try to convince them that they're for you, or negotiate them being for you, or anything like that, trying to force something that's not supposed to be there. And it might work temporarily. I didn't say it wouldn't work, but long term, because you gotta think about forever, it'll fall through. And those same issues that were kind of pushed away before will reoccur, and it'll just be the same lesson you have to learn until you decide to move on. Please don't go back. And if you do anything, just don't go back, because if the same thing happens and you're like, God, why? He's gonna look at you like,
I showed you why.
the next step in getting over this person is to have faith in God. Because now that it's over with, that relationship is over with and it's gone, you're sitting there like, what now? And honestly, you have to remember, like, a relationship is not everything. Yes, it is nice. Yes, you want your kingdom partner. You want to be with them forever. You want that bond. Everybody does. But it is not everything. And maybe you're at the time of your life where it's like, you want one so bad, but it's not the right time. You have things, like other things you could focus on besides a person. Maybe you're not at your full capacity to fully give it to a person. Maybe you don't have, or maybe you haven't fully learned all the lessons that you're meant to learn yet. Whatever it may be, you cannot force these things. I believe that whatever is for me will come to me. Whatever God has for me, He's gonna give it to me. I cannot poke God and be like, all right, like, now please. I can't do that. So you definitely have to just wait on it, have faith, and continue to live life. Like, just live life. I know a relationship, like, some people give their all into a relationship and then get out of it and don't know who they are anymore. And you need to just kind of like rebuild on the things that you love, hang out with your friends, talk to God, get closer with God, do all these things that makes you happy instead of worrying about how to make another person happy. The last thing is to remember that you are loved. I know we hear God loves you, God loves you, God loves you, but I feel like we tend to forget how much he really loves us. I'm gonna read a verse. I'm gonna read Romans chapter 5 verse 8, and it says, "But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." I know whenever I feel like sad or lonely in any type of way, I have to remember that I am fulfilled with God's love. God's love sustains me. God's love should be enough to make you feel sustained and make you overcome like the loneliness of not having that person that you wanted by your side. You have to remember that God's biggest gift was his unconditional love for you. And even on your worst days, on your best days, even when you feel like you're not that girl or guy or whoever, you're just not feeling your best, God's love for you hasn't faltered. Even when you sin, God's love for you hasn't faltered. But what he doesn't do that humans tend to do is bring up your past and throw it in your face. God does not look at you as your mistakes. God does not bring up your mistakes and make you, belittle you because of that. He accepts you as you are. Obviously, he wants us to leave the bad things alone because he's our father. Like, he wants the best for us. He knows what's best for us. But through all that, the love is still there. And once you remember that he loves you this much and he's willing to do so much for you, it makes it easier for you to put your faith in him and to trust that what he has is best for you. I'm so sorry that you're going through what you're going through, and I really, really hope it works out. Thank you for watching my video, and subscribe if you want more.